Hello internet world and welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. This is a mega gadget collection, a lucky dip for you today on Saturday of a whole host of different bits of technology and gadgets just sitting here on my desk. I love doing the mega gadget collections. What I don't like doing is dealing with technical issues. This is the second attempt at a live broadcast today. And I will let you all know, because a lot of you tuned in first time around. I'll let you know what the problems were, or indeed are still ongoing. Over the past few days, I had one of my Thunderbolt 2 hard drives actually fail, and I tried to sort of troubleshoot the issue. It turned out to be an issue with Mac OS High Sierra, and them not handling Thunderbolt devices correctly, and I had so many issues. In fact, I even invested in a new hard drive over the past few days. And just to quickly catch you up with what's happened is I've had to switch over some of my storage, which is just behind me here, over to USB 3. How crazy is that? And the USB 3.1 hub that I was using was not happy with Mac OS High Sierra either. I can't believe that at this stage with Mac OS that there are still so many issues with it. But I digress. We are live again. This is a live broadcast, and this is indeed the Mega Gadget Collection. I'm going to show you all of this tech in a very short while. Before I do so, because this is live, the first 4 of you in the live chat this time around get a shout out. So big hello to John Williams. Also a shout out to Nigel Timms, Jericho Ponce, and also Joshua Yates. And of course the rest of you in the live broadcast as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will take some questions a little bit later on. Before I do take any questions, I just want to cover the first couple of products. And these are from Wieppo. And this is the R3D 890 earphones. Now, all of the products I'm going to show you today are linked down below. They come really nicely presented in this little case here. There's a little carrying pouch, some extra silicone ear tips. The earphones themselves are really very well made, and these come in at a fantastic price point. 3.5mm audio jack. They've got a flat profile cable. They have got an inline little tiny remote with a push button here, so you can take a call. If a call comes in, you can take the call on the earphones. Little tiny microphone on the back. The actual earpieces are very nicely made. They are a little tiny bit plasticky. There is some metal in the construction as well, but this is what they look like up a little bit closer for you. And they're super lightweight, and what impressed me with these is they do give some sort of a spatial awareness, sort of a very sort of almost a surround sound, but not quite. They've got 4 drivers inside these earphones to give this really spatial sound, and it's quite eerie when you first put them in. It, pardon the pun, they are in ear, but it is very eerie, the type of sound they produce, but very clear at the same time. Vocals come through nice and clear on these. So if you want something that just gives you a little bit of a different type of audio experience, these are well worth checking out. Now I have also got another pair of earphones, again from Wieppo. These are the R990s. These are a little bit of a different offering. They've still got the inline remote control. The colourway is obviously different on these. Round cable, which you can see the internal sort of cable inside. It's like a transparent sheathing to this. Really nice pickup for the audio on the microphone. Nice sort of gold finals on here, and then of course the earpieces are really nice as well in this sort of gold and black combination, a little bit of a gunmetal colour on there as well. So really nice earpieces, and these give a much better overall sound than those previous earphones that I showed you. Much fuller sort of bass response on these, and a much warmer sort of vocal experience with these as well. So these are the R990s, and again they're really good price, so do check out that link down in the video description. So we'll move on to the next product, and then I'll come back to the live chat there to take some questions. Just a quick reminder, because this is live, you can leave a super chat if you want your question or comment highlighted, and if you're new to the Geekanoids channel, please do subscribe. I publish a new tech video pretty much every single day. So let's move on to the next product. This one's a little bit tricky to explain what it is. This is the iFi Nano iOne DAC. Now, normally when you look at a DAC, it's primarily like a headphone DAC to improve the quality of the audio that you use for your headphones. Now, these do work like that, but they can also be used to improve the quality of things like media streamers, 4K televisions, gaming consoles, etc. They've got they've also got Bluetooth connectivity on here as well. So what you can actually do is connect this to perhaps a TV or an AV receiver, and then connect your device via Bluetooth to it, and it will improve the overall audio quality that's delivered through the DAC and then through to the device that you're using. There's some little switch controls on here as well. There's also a pairing button, Bluetooth pairing button on the front, really nicely made. Very, very cool quality looking unit. These have currently got covers on. So we've got an SP diff in and out, and also some RCA outs as well. And then USB here as well, so it's USB bus powered. Comes with cables inside the box. Really nice quality. Here's some details on the back here as well if you want to check those out. And then we have also got a really nice specification list. I'll just let you know some of the specs. So the power source is of course USB bus powered. It's a bit perfect DSD and DXD DAC by Burr Brown, so really high quality components in here. And I would highly recommend this. This has really improved the quality of audio, especially when you're linking up via Bluetooth. It's a great little device and really well engineered. So if you want to improve the quality of the audio of various things, including, it lists on the back here, gaming consoles, home audio systems and 4K televisions, then this is well worth checking out. So before we move on to the next item, I want to actually jump into the live chat and just see who we've got in here. So we have got Jericho Ponce, who's from the Philippines. Hello to you in the Philippines. Really good of you to tune in. We've also got Russ B asking, stupid question. No question is stupid. YouTube keep all of your videos. Why do you save them to hard drive, Dave? What if YouTube take my channel down? What if YouTube stops actually being a platform? I need a backup. And also, it's a higher quality backup because sometimes I record in 4K, sometimes I upload in 1080p, so I've got the 4K master. Sometimes I might want to upload them to a different platform. And also, it's just peace of mind that I've got every single video that I ever produced on a hard drive. And I've also started keeping some of the footage, so I can include those when I edit up sort of videos looking back at previous devices. So it's really important for me that I keep a copy of all of my footage. John Bushell says, how bad would Mac OS problems need to be to make Windows a more attractive OS? It's getting very close for me. Very, very close indeed. And Joshua Yates, did you get a chance to play around with the Sony camera yet? Yes, I did. It's actually sitting over here. If I just grab it. This is the Sony camera you're referring to, the HXR NX80. I'm not using it for this particular live broadcast, but I have been experimenting with all the settings just to really lock those settings in to give you a nice quality video. I've moved back to the AX53 and put the gain up a little bit of exposure compensation. So hopefully you're seeing a lot brighter video today, and I'm trying to do the same with the NX80 because that offers up HDR, so a much wider dynamic range as well. Best Tech LJL, Dave, best NAS for £300. Look at the QNAP range, just see what you can get for that sort of money. They offer up some really good NAS devices, as do Synology, so two good brands to check out. Let's move on anyway to another product. This one is really hard to show in action, but I just want to show you it anyway. I've been experimenting with lighting for a long time, especially smart lighting, and some of the smart bulbs that I've really liked of late are actually manufactured by LIFX. So this brand here, and this is the LIFX Z. The reason I like these is they're Apple HomeKit compatible. They work with Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa as well, but they don't require a hub. So you just plug them in, connect them like direct connection via Wi-Fi, and then they're added to your system. And this is the Z, or it's like a zoned LED light strip. This is what the light strip looks like. and it's got little connectors on either end. You get more than one of these in the box, and then you can connect them together, and then you can have different lights or different coloured lights in different zones, and it's all controllable by either an iOS or Google Android app. I just think it works extremely well. Inside this box here, you obviously get instructions, and you get the little power cable here, and of course you get another strip of LED lights in here as well, and it just works so well. I really do like them. The fact that you can also control different zones with different colours, I think is ingenious. I think it's just a really nice system. Come beautifully presented, so they make a nice gift as well. But I love LED light strips. In fact, I've got an LED light strip on the back of the desk here, which I don't use often enough, but I like adding colour. When I get the studio back up and running, I'll be adding some colour in there as well, so stay tuned for that. But if you want something that's really controllable without the need for an additional hub, then the LIFX Z zoned LED light strip is well worth checking out, and the fact that it's controllable with a smart assistant as well. So let's move swiftly on to the next product. This is from Jeemak. This is what the box looks like. Here's some of the specs on here. This is a dash cam, full HD, high definition recording. It's got a G sensor, loop recording, wide angle lens, and an advanced chipset. And it's a really cool dash camera that comes in at a really good price. Some of these sort of imported devices now are really very nicely designed, and they deliver really good quality. This is what it looks like. On the side here we've got mode buttons, up, down, menu, etc. On the back here we've got a screen. We've also got the mini USB for charging it, and I believe on the bottom, on the bottom here is where we've got the micro SD card memory slot. A really good lens on the front, very good lens, wide angle lens. And dash cameras, I think, are absolutely awesome. They give you so much peace of mind. I've had a dash camera in my car now for probably about 3, maybe 4 years. And my wife has as well, and in fact my wife's one was used for sort of some evidence in a crash, and I just think it's a really good idea to have one, because if you're involved in a crash, God forbid that happens, but you know, touch wood, that never happens, but if you are, or if you're witness to a crash, then the footage off of these can be very useful in proving who was at fault. Also, I've mentioned this in other videos as well, some dash cameras are recognised by insurers. So there's a good range of insurance companies in the UK that will actually offer you between 10 and I think the maximum I've seen of late is about 25% discount off of your car insurance premiums if you install one of their recognised brands of dash cameras. Some of them don't specify the brand either, so you know, this would be absolutely fine, but check with them if that's of concern. But if you're going to get one of these anyway, it's well worth contacting your insurance company and saying, hey, you know, I've got a dash camera, I'm a responsible driver, can you offer me some sort of discount on my insurance? And if you don't ask, you don't get. But this offers up some really good peace of mind. Now the next item, and in fact the last item of this Mega Gadget collection, is this from QDOS. I've covered their products for a long time. This in fact is their AirMat. It was originally called, as you can see on the back, PowerMat, but it was rebranded to AirMat. It's a Qi wireless charger. What makes this really good is it's got 3 coils, so the placement of your device doesn't have to be as accurate. It's also case friendly, so if you've got a case on your smartphone it works as well, and it also offers up a 10-watt fast charge, so it will charge your device faster than some other Qi wireless chargers. This is what it looks like. I'll give you a closer look in a short while. You get a cable inside the box which is really long, and it is also a black cable. I've got my white cable plugged in at the moment, and you simply place your device on here like so and it starts charging. I'll show you that again. So you've got the really nice pad here, place it on and it starts charging. So there we go, so it charges straight away. And if I just unplug this, I can give you a closer look. A little bit different to some of the chargers I've shown you lately, because this is like a little bit flexible on this bottom edge. It's like rubbery, really different sort of design. You can't bend it up here, but it's got a nice wide area, so you haven't got to be too accurate where you place your smartphone. And also, It's rubber, so it doesn't slip around on the desk, and it's got this little lip all the way round. And this means that when you're placing your smartphone on, you know, it's not going to fall off the charging pad. It helps you locate it, and it just stays in place on your desk. Micro USB connection on this end, and as I say, you get a cable, full-size USB to micro USB cable inside the box. I think it's just a nice different design. It is larger than some chargers. Perhaps that's not what you're looking for, but if you are looking for something that's really grippy and also has got this sort of wide charging area and that 10 watt fast charge, then this is well worth checking out. So this is the QDOS AirMat, and again, all of the products I've shown you in this video are actually linked to down in the video description area, so please do check that out. So before I wind this broadcast up, let's have a look inside the live chat again. Gorab Patnaik, I hope I've got your name correct there. What do you think, or what are your thoughts on mining? I have looked at it. Of course, I have looked at it. I've dabbled in external GPU, not for mining, but for other uses. And yeah, I've looked at it with interest, but it's not really for me. I've got a really good business model and a good business that I'm running at the moment. It is of interest though. It did pique my interest at one point, but I decided not to get involved in it. But it's great that people are actually making money at this. It is absolutely fantastic, and I've seen some really great posts and some really awesome rigs that people are building as well. John Williams says, lucky dip question mark. Yep, it's because it's a different range. Sometimes I do themed mega gadget collections where everything's to do with audio. This is a little bit of a mix for you, so thus the lucky dip name. Best Tech LJL, I'm looking at the Apple wireless charger. Yep, that looks great, the charging mat, but very, very expensive. And Joshua Yates likes the lipped design of the QDOS AirMat. I do as well. I like the fact that it's just very different. I haven't seen one like this for a long, long time. So I wonder if the Qi charger is fast charging compatible. Well, it won't be as quick as like the Qualcomm Quick Charge 3, but this is one of the faster wireless charging mats. So it's a 10 watt output on this. So if your device supports fast wireless charging, then this will charge a lot faster than maybe something with a 5 watt or a 7.5 watt output, because this output's at 10 watts. So really great device, and you're right, the lip design I think is really cool. I think it's a really nice looking charging mat for sure. So anyway, that is it for this Mega Gadget collection. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend wherever you are. And don't forget to tune in again next week. On Monday, we've got Monday Madness. And then we've also got some other broadcasts throughout the week, and some really good products planned, including, there's a little bit of a sneak peek behind me here on my shelves. If you've got good eyes, you can see some of the products coming up on the channel next week. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all in the next one.